Barrel or Not today. It, of course, is brought to you by Buell, buellsurf.com. Buell Grit 25 is where you get 25% off your wetsuits. So if everybody who's listening to the show isn't already wearing a Buell wetsuit, which they should be, because who doesn't love Barrel or Not, boom, save yourself 25% at Buell Surf.
Please.
All right. First Barrel or Not comes from a listener. It's something that we covered adjacently in the past years ago, but I don't think we ever hit it right on the nose. So here we go.
All right, here you go. Sam Schneider just moved to San Diego about a year ago, transplant from Florida. Here's my question. Barrel or Nah, can you wear a band shirt to a show of the band who's playing? I ask because I am here watching Blink-182 play. They're from Polly, and everyone's wearing Blink-182 shirts. Where I grew up in Florida, that is a huge nah. But apparently here it's Barrel. So let me know, man. Cheers.
Wearing a band's shirt to their concert.
This couldn't be more timely. So again, kid as a School of American Ballet here in New York, their summer program. She is wearing proudly her San Diego Academy of Ballet swag. That's where she trains back home. She wears it in the morning. She comes out in her San Diego Academy of Ballet swag. She wears it, right? All the other not all, a bunch of the other little girls are in their SAB gear, right? Their School of American Ballet gear, which they just got. And kid automatically knows that it is not cool to wear the band clothing to the concert. That is the fundamental, and maybe this might be the principal and primary no on Barrel. This is so no that I truly am sad that our caller had to question this, that San Diegans in Poway to Blink, I suppose, what are you going to do? That is a no Barrel times. That is the. I'm gonna go ahead on record and say this is the knowest Barrel of all time.
Well, yeah, you might be right. And the fact that Florida gets the reputation as being the armpit of America, San Diego should be ashamed that a Floridian showed up and had to school you in what's appropriate to do and what's not. And I think that really the heart of this, or kind of the origins of it, come from, it just identifies you as being newly into the band. Like,
yeah.
You're the newest fan. If you're that geeked out about going to see them, you're the newest fan that's wearing their shirt. So to identify as a core fan, you don't.
I mean, it is so kooky. The other part about this story, did you see? Have you been following along? Rest in peace, all aboard, but the sub that went missing and then just got discovered as exploded on the bottom of the sea.
Yes.
So sub went and looked at the Titanic, like a janky, like whatever commercial sub, where apparently had an Xbox controller to go up and down and whatnot. Like, but all sad. 5 aboard died, but one aboard, his stepson was at that Blink concert and posted about it in his wearing the Blink t-shirt at the Blink concert saying, sorry, not sorry. So
that's funny.
You want to be that dude? You want to be the stepson while your stepdad is obliterated on the bottom of the sea going to Blink? Then wear the band's t-shirt to the concert.
You know what's worse? I don't know if I've seen it on news stories on Instagram and stuff, but Swifties, Taylor Swift fans, attempt to dress like her iconic looks when they go to her concert. No. So,
I mean, but I'll say that Taylor Swift has leapt into levels of things that I don't understand. I would love, now that we had Link call in, I would love a Swiftie to call in. And like the weird production, all of what goes into being a Swiftie, I don't understand and want to be empathetic to them too. Because that is a level of fandom beyond what I can comprehend.
Well, that's nice of you. I don't take the same approach. I look at it and I feel embarrassed for them and wonder why They're living somebody else's dream is kind of the way I look at it. Just like
But people,
how fanned out and obsessed with this other human being's thing that they're doing, they're living their dream. Taylor Swift is living her dream so hard that you want to model your life after her chasing her dream. And that's absurd to me.
except for, Tom, the wonderful, incredibly talented graphic designer for the Florida Surf Film Festival.
Yeah.
We're friends. He posted on Instagram, about it, and it was great and whatever. Got to meet David Carson, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But also, one of the images was him like sitting behind Kelly Slater,
Yeah.
who was and I was like, okay, cool, it's Kelly. Like, who fucking cares about Kelly Slater? I mean, that made me think, like, am I just an asshole that I literally do not care about Kelly Slater? If Kelly Slater was sitting right here on the couch, I would
You're
say the same exact thing to him. Like, I think people
but
think that
aren't there people that you
that I would
do
fan out on.
fan out about? Yeah.
There's people that I really respect their work and whatnot, but uh, never to the fan out point.
Yeah,
Like,
I've lost as I've gotten older, I've lost the fan out thing quite a bit, I think.
yeah, I mean, I think
Um
there's people that I truly respect as artists or whatever they are, where and they're awesome and their work is awesome and it's great, but I would not post a picture like sitting in their presence, Tom.
would you dress in the likeness of that person to go to that person's concert? That's I mean that's when I was a kid I loved Michael Jackson. I got the Michael Jackson jacket. I would have done that when I was a child. You know what I mean? But
Sure,
now, I
sure.
mean literally I've told you, Lauren, when the Taylor Swift tickets went on sale, she was part of, and then there was a news story about how the website crashed or they like modified pricing or something, right? She got some of the tickets and she was one of the few who got the tickets. And so she's in this elite club and some of her friends got the Vegas tickets. So they were in Vegas, but Lauren's going in LA in next month or something. Anyways, her friends were in Vegas this last month and she saw on Instagram that they were there and she's like, how was it? And they're texting her back, it's amazing. What are you going to wear when you go? And Lauren's like, what are you talking about? And they're like, we all dressed up and these are our looks. And they have an image of Taylor from 2018 or something. And they're modeled after outfit. And these are grown women in their 40s with children at home. And this is what they're doing.
I'm telling you what, Lauren better solve this cat problem soon because Lauren's gotten kicked under the bus harder over the last three shows.
I need content. I will say though, she did not go out and get an outfit. She thought it was equally as absurd as I did. And she was showing me to say like, can you believe that these people are doing this?
What's the resale though on those tickets?
I'm trying to convince her to sell them.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are now, but at the time it was like in the hullabaloo of it, I think she spent $200 or $300 or whatever it is.
And the
And they were
resale's
like,
gotta be a bunch.
yeah, they were like $2,500 of, selling on the gray market for 2,500. It was tenfold. And so I'm like, honey, do the right
So,
thing. Do the right thing. Sell those tickets.
so Cersei got a pair of oh, I don't know if I should share this story, but it was
A pair of Pharrell's Louis Vuitton something or
no,
another.
no, a pair of shoes, I'm going to say. A pair of shoes. Uh, Had no idea, just didn't really like them. But whatever. Pair of shoes. Somebody came over and said those shoes are worth like I think it was 5 grand or something. Get them on StockX right now. And she hadn't sold them for 5 grand, right?
Oh my
Where it's like
gosh.
it was something insane of like sneakerhead stuff or whatever, right? Where yeah, when stuff hits like 10x, you sell. Like it doesn't matter if you're the biggest fan ever. Like you just sell and you'll catch Taylor in Vegas later.
But she was able to get it because she has private access through the sports business.
I mean, she didn't even know. They sent them to her, right? Like it
Right,
just
but it
came, and she
got
was
it.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like she didn't have any clue, didn't ask for them, didn't know anything about it. It was just like happened to be, they just happened to arrive.
Man, lucky. Too bad you can't make a
Yeah,
living. Too bad you can't get a ton of those and make
I
a
think you
living
can.
doing stuff like that. Okay,
I mean, I
perfect.
think you can make a living of flipping sneakers if you want, and you could probably also make a living selling Taylor Swift tickets. Tickets,
Yeah,
Lauren.
yeah. I'm gonna tell her when we get off the air. All right, barrel or nah. Number two, cleaning your house before the house cleaners come.
Oof, barrel.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a
This
barrel.
is
Like,
see. This is. I thought like with box cutting down your boxes for recycling day.
yeah,
I thought this strictly landed on guys do it this way, women do it this way. And I thought for
no,
sure cleaning the house before the cleaners come is girls do it, guys don't. And man, you're blowing
because I
my
think,
mind.
but what you do, and by cleaning, I mean cleaning, right? And so so what I do, wash the dishes, do all the little knick-knacky stuff that takes a lot of time for a cleaner, so then they can do the stuff that I'm never going to do. That's the whole point. This is all gamed out in my mind, right? Like of I'm not going to make your job harder and do the stuff that I regularly do, or not do the stuff I regularly do because oh, it's cleaning day. Like I'm not going to wash the dishes today or empty. Like I go harder before cleaning day than any other time during the week.
It's ridiculous. I am forced
But
to, but
yeah,
like
but like
literally I get the talking like deodorant is I live 7 days a week with deodorant on my bathroom counter. But on the one day the cleaners come, I have to take the deodorant off the counter and put it underneath the sink so that the cleaners can clean the counter. Can't they just put it
yeah,
under the sink and still clean the counter? Can't they lift it up clean and then just put it right back because I'm going to need it later today anyways?
guess what's not going to get done later? Something else, like one other task. They're on a time crunch there, man. Like they are, and I love this, is the, with our trans talk and everything today, this is, we've come all the way back around to the perfect, privileged, older, cis, white male
This
problem to
is the
have.
ultimate
But,
privileged problem.
but, but, yeah, like they're on a stinking clock here. And so any way I can make their life easier and get them into a corner that I'm never even going to sniff, like that's what I want, right? I don't want them to do they don't come to do the dishes. Like how often do you have cleaners at yours?
Once a week.
Oh man, you are way more privileged than me. I'm once every 2 weeks.
We were
So,
once every it just got upgraded. It was once every 2 weeks until last week and now it's once every week. And that's why this is in
yeah,
my
I was
notes
thinking
is because I'm extra pissed I have to clean an extra day an extra 2 days a month now.
if I had a one a weeker, then I would not clean. I would just be that's I would like leave the week's dishes in the sink.
Well, see
But
we do
the once a two is like I'm like biting my nails. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to. There's a lot of work to do here. Once every 2 weeks, I want to make your life as easy as possible so you can do the stuff that I'm not going to do.
I I hear you in theory. I'm just not convinced those things won't get done anyways. Or I would rather you stay an extra hour. We'll up the rate to we'll prorate up it to cover that extra hour so that you then do those other things too. I just don't want to do anything. That's my, or I mean, I already do enough as it is. We do the dishes every day. We do the laundry every day. So I've got plenty, but you guys are here to clean. I'm not going to do additional cleaning just for you guys to come. That's my point.
Would you, all things equal, the Grit podcast hits Rogan levels of listens. Would you have a daily cleaner?
I mean, if we could, yeah, I could be at the point where you have like a nanny, live in nanny slash maid slash helper. Heck yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, listeners, please subscribe.
Cersei needs a new pair of shoes that she could flip.
Those come for
Okay.
free. You don't need to
Yeah, I know.
subscribe for that.
I know. I know. All right. Well, we got to the bottom of that one. I'm going heck no. You're going heck yeah. Final
Yeah, I'm going barrel.
barrel or not. It's summer. Knocking on a melon to check its ripeness.
Zero barrel. Uh, it's all straight myth. I've like, you
Good.
grab one that kind of, oh, yeah, we really brought it back. I thought my being in New York, us being on opposite coasts, where it was all really diverged, everything. But I'm glad we can come home on this one.
Okay, good.
Of it's all fake. Like, I don't know, hollow, not hollow. You grab the melon that you give it your best shot because it's either good or not, and it's going to be either good or not, no matter how much you knock or what color the rind is or any other like weird witchery, sorcery that you're doing there.
I so we're back on the same page. Fully agree. You got this one right. I am convinced nobody knows how to pick a melon. And if
No,
somebody, and I've got a pretty solid criteria for getting a watermelon. I'm clueless when it comes to cantaloupe. I'm clueless
cantaloupe,
when it comes to
honeydew.
honeydew. It is a shot in the dark. And I am convinced that just like when you see a surfer grab a surfboard, a brand new surfboard, and they put it under their arm, then they put the nose of it on the ground and they look down the bottom of it and they close one eye, they feel the rails. They don't know what they're doing. They have no clue what's
Zero
what.
idea.
Right. It's the same exact thing as when I'm in the grocery store and the woman is reaching outstretched, like leaning over. Yeah, knock, 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 knock. She's not even picking them up. She's just knocking from one to the next, not even giving enough time to let it really ring out to her. And I've never asked a woman at the grocery store, but I'm inclined to be like, what are you listening for? And then,
Yeah,
of course, she'll be like, I'm checking for ripeness. And I go, what does ripeness sound like? Like,
yeah.
is it a hollow? Is it a dense? And then within that, there's got to be a certain range. Like, are you that sophisticated? Are your auditory skills that attuned to melons calling out that you know what's what? No, you have no clue. But for some reason, it's an instinct for everybody to do.
100%. Yeah, just you go in, you look at that melon box, you grab one, and you say, I hope this one's good.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
yeah. Well, somebody did say, I don't know which melon it applies to, but I have a feeling it might apply to all, is scratches on it are good because the birds try to scratch the ripe ones. That's the ones the bird wants.
Oh, I've never even, that seems amazing. There we go.
I mean, but knocking isn't going to tell you that. Your eyes will.
I really like
Quit
that.
knocking on melons. You're probably damaging the melon. That's the other thing, right? You're bruising a melon. Leave it alone. It's nonsense. Everybody thinks they know.
Oh,
They have no
stop it.
idea. I'm going to
No clue.
confront the next person I see and really like pin them to it.
Good.
Just be like, make them give
Me,
me, make them give me an answer.
me too.
Yeah.
I'm in.